Hello. Hi everybody. I'm rocking the Sanji haircut again because I need a haircut, which I have an appointment for. So we are on a bit of a time crunch. Not too bad. We have like an hour and a half, I think. But hi, welcome to the FireRed. Sorry, that was me smashing together my controller. I realized it was right next to the mic. I'm sure that was not pleasant. Hi everybody. This is week 4 of of the FireRed and LeafGreen book club. We are a little bit behind, as in like, sorry, I should say I'm a little bit behind. I was not able to get the next badge. Last time was finals week. So it was 2 badges a week, and I was not able to get the last badge in time. So we have some homework to do. By the way, doing 3 badges during finals week, a lot harder than you'd expect. Someone said they watched my VODs. Said I got my 8th badge Monday evening, so I forgot everything, but just caught up on your VODs a couple hours ago to jog my memory. Did you watch the, like, 8-hour VOD from yesterday? Was that less than 8 hours ago? How did you do that? Live action Sanji's here. He's a chef and a kick man. It's true. Hello. We back. What's up, Turbo Dog? What's up, Sagitar? Or is it Sagitar? Hello, everybody. We are... I watch it 2 times speed. That makes more sense. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, I think I have like 45 hours in this now or something like that. Maybe like 50 hours. I watch anyone's VODs at 2 times speed. Well, I don't care. I don't mind if you watch it at 2 times speed. The fact that you're watching it is good enough for me. And I appreciate that. Yeah, hi everybody. I'm very excited to talk about this. I don't know. I should re-say that. I don't know if there was any huge revelations this week. I feel like this is, the stuff that happened is stuff a lot of people kind of know happens in Pokemon. Right? Like at last week, we're like, oh my gosh, there's like this whole like sub-storyline with like Green, your rival, right? Like stuff that you could kind of just guess happened, but like stuff that I didn't realize actually happened in the game, where you like beat him and he like gets like determined to get stronger and you save him and stuff like that. Something really caught my eye. Ooh, okay. So I think we should just start going, right? I'm sure everyone's excited to talk about things. So we got some homework to do of last week. All right, so this is last week. We didn't get that, or I should say, I didn't get that second badge. So this is something interesting, and we're gonna put a pin in this because it's gonna come back up later. I think the Pokeballs are coming out while you're playing. So I think the worldview of future games is that you just like earn the right to buy, like the Ultra Ball, the Great Ball, etc. As you play through, right? Like, oh, you're strong enough, therefore you're allowed to use the Ultra Ball now, right? I think this sign is implying, like, oh, no, the Great Ball just came out. Like, it is the newest product. Like, you get into the city, right? Like, I feel like, it might have already been out. This is like, fanon, headcanon, right? What I'm about to say is, I don't think everything I'm saying is, but what I'm about to say is, it kind of applies, right? Like, I think it's almost like, hey, maybe the Great Ball was already out, and you're in the countryside, so like you don't have access to the Great Ball. And then you get to the city, you're like, oh, the Great Ball is the new latest thing, right? That's kind of what I'm getting from this, because I think later they kind of tease that a new Pokeball is coming out, right? And it's not the Master Ball, as we'll find out. Talk canon, yes. Obviously, it's a gameplay limitation, but it explained why all the NPCs throw regular Pokeballs for their Pokemon in battle. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, sure, it's cheaper too, right? So I'm not itching my butt. I'm itching the back of my back. just to clarify. This guy was interesting. I remember him from my Gen 1 playthroughs. He didn't really have a lot going on. He's like, there's nothing that I don't know. But like, I mean, like, it's like a cool like tutorial, but like, what does he have to do with Eevee? It's a pamphlet on TMs. That was kind of cool. From Silpco. So he has an Eevee and you can just take it. Why? Does anyone know why? I was remember the NPC that said all the trainees in Pewter are weak, so they won't have Great Balls. Yeah. That's also true. Yeah, I think it's just like I think it's just like, again, there's nothing proving this other than like circumstantial evidence. But like it appears to me like, I mean, like, it's like it's like a real life, especially back in the 90s, right? Where like, you have to, there's not Amazon.com, so you have to go to the city to get the new big thing, right? And I feel like that's like almost like an assumption they expect you to know or like to have, right? You get to the city with the place where they make the Pokeballs and you get the new and greatest thing, right? But you don't have access to that in your small town, right? This guy confuses me. Yeah, it kind of confuses me too. I don't get the point of it. Why did we get Eevee? I wonder if that's like they changed him. Maybe he's different in the original game and he makes more sense contextually. So you know, we'll address that when we play the game. I'm gonna move me. I think I was just excited to see that we went out the back. Maybe there's like a Pokeball. Pokemon's ashes are stored in the Pokemon's. Oh yeah, this lady's Pokemon died. And she's like, you can have this TM, I don't need it anymore. Oh no. Oh no. And it's like a TM she got because she loved her Pokemon. She's like, the TM is a move called return ... If you treat your Pokemon good, it'll return your love by working its hardest in battle. And I assume she didn't use it. So I think it's just that she, like, I think the implication here is that she just loved her Pokemon. She's like, oh, I love my Pokemon so much. This move will work, right? If he was a tutorial for a Stone Evolution, Evolutions, the Gift Eevee would make more sense otherwise. Yeah, just kind of an odd thing. That was just kind of an odd thing. Like, I didn't see the connection between you stealing his Eevee and, you know what I mean? Like, why did all that happen? I looked out, it's Pokemon Tower, it's man fishing. The fishing fool versus Pokemon kid. I guess you get to be good at what you like. Yeah. I love fishing, don't get me wrong. If I win, I'm gonna propose to Gia, and then you beat him, right? He's like, oh please, why couldn't you let us win? Oh Gia, forgive me, my love. Jess, you silly, you ruined this. So she's not like, you know, like, oh, I still love you anyways. Like, I ruined their proposal. Just straight up. I thought that was funny. So the Snorlax is blocking you. Yeah, not even just a relationship. Like they were gonna get married. I mean, clearly not very healthy. I played the Poke Flute, so this is what I needed to do. This is what I fell behind on. That's 2 marriage proposal NPC jokes now? Yes, it is. Attacked in a grumpy range. I accidentally killed it. Oh, you guys can hear this. I can't. So I'm just going to let this play. I assume it's played. I can't hear it. Attacked in a grumpy rage. Okay. Calm down. Oh, and I accidentally killed it in one shot, and then it didn't save. So Snorlax calmed down and gave a huge yawn and returned to the mountains. And I feel like that's like, it shows up in the anime. I think you see that. So that's kind of like unique dialogue that you wouldn't have gotten unless you were an idiot like me. And they mentioned a bunch of times that he comes down from the mountains. I think that's so cool. Oh, that's me killing it. I guess I filmed me killing it. He's just gone. So I had to catch this one. I'm used to catching the other one, but I'm like, well, that one's gone forever. So this is like a new Snorlax to me. Out of the two, this is the only other one I don't think I've ever gotten this Snorlax before. Oh, I think this is telling on me. Yeah, that I'm like gambling again. the flashbacks are selling me out that I've been gambling. As a kid, I assumed that meant Snorlax is a rare encounter at Mount Moon. I mean, I don't think that's an incorrect thing to guess. That is the mountains, you know, in that direction. But I also think there's probably just other mountains, right? I've been on the Mount Moon Mountain in real life. And, you know, that's like such a small part of that part of Japan. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's selling me out. Yeah. The Ultra Ball. We finally get access to the Ultra Ball. Okay, let's see what else there is. Sometimes I caught myself just taking screenshots for no reason. Like, out of habit. We were wondering what cue ball meant. With the conclusion we came to, which I think is what everyone thought, was that he's bald. Right. Professor Oak's AIDS. Amulet coin. Oh, I didn't get that. I'm on a relaxing ride on my new bike with my girlfriend. We're going riding together on our new bikes. You can detour to Vermilion from Fuchsia going along the coast. I assume that's the bike, not the bike, the bridge, right? I love this flashback snitch. It's happened to me so many times. Just me going in, selling stuff, coming back to the game corner. Oh, this one? I feel like I'm going to use a screenshot at some point. I get my kicks by harassing people with my stinking Pokemon. Here, let's upload that right now. All right. Thank you. They're great for startling people, and they bite too. So yeah, like, you know, Pokemon's biting in this, like they do in the Pokemon Origins anime. Oh, let me move me. Two-headed Pokemon that was discovered as a sudden mutation. It runs at a pace of over 60 miles per hour. So, like, what was it before? I mean, like, you know, there's some things you can guess. What's up, Luke? Sounds like it would be a line in the 4Kids dub of the anime. Yes. Heck, Vedika, thanks for the follow. What was it before? That's what I want to know. So, like, the implication is that, like, it was not a Pokemon before, right? A two-headed Pokemon that was discovered as a sudden mutation. Or there's a pre-evolution, I guess. I guess the other implication is that there's a pre-evolution. But then, like, the pre-evolution, like, if it was a pre-evolution, it would have been, like, it would have evolved into something else. You know what I mean? Or just never evolved. So, like, this Pokemon is an exception. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, the implication is this Pokemon is an exception. My assumption is that, you know, I think that the less complicated outcome. Now, I think there's, like, leaked information that there isn't they ended up making a pre-evolution of this, right? So, like, I think that's the direction they went. But I think the original implication here is that, like, it mutating is the Pokemon. So it was an animal before. Does that make sense? Douno? Yes. It would make for a cool form if there was ever a game set in the Kanto's past. Well, they were just going to have it as a baby Pokemon. I think is what the leaks were. Which, you know, is the way to do it, right? Just to introduce something that wasn't there before. Like, oh, they breed. But yeah, I think the implication here is that, like, you got to think of, like, what's the, like, least complicated implication, right? And I think the less complicated implication is that, like, it wasn't a Pokemon before, and it was just a normal bird. I guess a kiwi, right? I guess it would just be a kiwi. Right? Is that the safe guess there? Because then you got, like, it seems like, yeah, then you got, like, a bunch of, like, because if it was a Pokemon before, but it wasn't a mutated Pokemon, that means it, like, had its own line and everything before. Yeah, anyways. I'm mighty proud of my bod, kiddo. Oh, I think I did that. Oh, interesting. I didn't put that together. He has a Machamp. He is the guy with the Machamp. So he has, like, a bodybuilding team. I didn't realize that until just now. I was just excited. Not an emu? I don't think so. Maybe. Could be a dodo bird before, hence the name. But looked nothing like a dodo. Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know, maybe. There's no getting rich and battling kids. I got my Voltorb at the abandoned power plant. So it is abandoned. Do they ever explain why it's abandoned? Leveled up my Pokemon, but it won't evolve. Why? I don't remember what he had, but it clearly needed, like, a stone or something. So, like, there's, like, little like subtle tutorials in this game, which I really like. Oh, he starts by saying that. Oh, okay. So this is a screenshot before the battle. And you beat him. And he has a Machoke, which is a trade Pokemon. And he's like, maybe some Pokemon need element stones to evolve. So, like, he doesn't know still. He's not gonna, and like, it's like a false tutorial where it's like, I don't know what to do with this to get to evolve. Watch out for discarded items. All Pokemon are unique. So this is them explaining IVs and EVs without explaining IVs and EVs. And, like, this comes up a lot. Like, this is clearly, like, a big part of, like, what they think is special about Pokemon. And, like, we've ruined it. In fact, I've been a part of ruining it. There was a Pokemon press conference at E3, like, a decade ago. And I asked a question, like, will you guys ever make IVs and EVs more visible and, like, manageable? And like everyone was shocked that like I asked that question there, and like they got laughed at. Even Bulbapedia laughed at. Bulbapedia's been laughing at me for a decade. But I asked the question, and then they're like, yeah, we'll try. We're like we have a thing we're introducing, and they didn't say what it was because it was too early to announce it. But it ended up being super training. And then ever since then, it's gotten easier and easier in every single game. But yeah, I genuinely feel like we ruined it by figuring out IVs and EVs. He needs a friend to trade with, yes. Maybe they abandoned it because he took residence. I feel like they wouldn't have taken residence until it was abandoned, right? I don't know, maybe. Maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe that was, like, maybe they get attacked sometime. I mean, like, I think there's card artwork of it, like, zapping the power plant, right? Press B button to stay in place. I forgot about that. Don't throw the gate. Throw Pokeballs instead. I'm on 3 hours of sleep. I don't know. So the person who watched my VOD last night and the people who were at my VOD last night, I marathoned this game to catch up because it was like the first day I could. And I went to bed at like 6:30 a.m. and then woke up at like 10:30. So like 4 hours of sleep. Kano seems to run fine without it. Maybe it wasn't seen as a huge loss. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, they didn't have like any like overarching political implications that were shown, as far as I'm aware. Cycling road, no pedestrians permitted. Man, tired me in talking is difficult. I'm looking for the Pokemon Golduck. Okay, there are people swimming. Paladin is to the west. Oh, they have a Lapras? So, like, Lapras isn't... I was kind of... Well, maybe. It does not seem like Lapras is like a... fossil Pokemon, right? Because it is a dinosaur. But it doesn't seem to be a fossil Pokemon. They've had 2 chances to say something about it. They haven't implied it's rare. And I feel like that's why it's at the zoo, right? They have implied it's rare, but they haven't, like, explained it any more than that. So I think it is just rare. You can't become a good trainer with just one strong Pokemon. And this is telling you not to only use your starter. By raising many Pokemon evenly, but raising many Pokemon evenly is no easy task either. Goes to the Pokemon League HQ. The HQ governs all trainers. So it's not the Indigo League, it is the Pokemon League. And trainers are for the Pokemon League, and that's why you get money from them and stuff like that. And that's why I have a trainer ID. And yeah, so basically the anime's rules are made up. Sometimes I think about how Legends EA or SV, you could basically customize any Pokemon you want. Yeah, and I don't love that. I think that's, like, for the health of the game, I think that's inevitable. And like, if you're gonna have a competitive scene as well, right? Like, I feel like that's just inevitable. Such a great find. Oh, this one? Yes. After because we've been speculating on this. I mean, I made a video of this. You guys will never see it because it was like when I was like a little baby. But I made a video on this, like, assuming that's what, like, was true. And then I guess it ended up being true. But yeah, we've been speculating on this all like playthrough long, which I think is great. If you're working in Pokedex, visit the Safari Zone. All sorts of rare Pokemon breed there. So I kind of get the idea that, like, if you can only find it in the Safari Zone, it's not from Kanto. I'm the move deleter. Oh, this is Bill's home? Bill files his own Pokemon data in his PC. Did he show you? So, yeah, his grandpa. Well, I mean, he's from here. I guess this isn't his home. His home is, you know, his home. But this is where he was, like, from, I guess. It's from Fuchsia. He always liked collecting things, even as a child. He's my grandson. A leader Koga, the poisonous ninja master. I didn't, like, get a storyline from Koga. Did anyone get a storyline from Koga? Granted, there is a fame checker I haven't finished yet. So the alternate to that would be removing the EVs and IVs altogether. No, I mean, yes, I see what you're saying, but, like, man, I would love a Pokemon. Like, I like their vision of what competitive Pokemon is more than I like competitive Pokemon. Like, what ended up being reality. Like, I love watching competitive Pokemon. I just mean, like, their idea of what it would become is way more interesting to me. Of, like, oh, these Pokemon feel real. And, like, oh, why are these Pikachu that are the same level? Like, why is this Pikachu better than the other Pikachu, right? That's, like, my special interest with Pokemon. What regions of Pokemon are actually from. Yes. Wonder if there's any connections. I have, like, a whole video idea for that as well. I wonder if there's any connections between the Safari Zone and Rocket's trafficking of Pokemon. No, but there is. That does exist. Have we not talked about that? We know what their front is for that. I feel like Bill is meta take on the developers of Pokemon. No, I don't. I think Bill is a meta take on. He's not a very nice guy. Bill something. Bill Gates. Yeah, I think he's Bill Gates. I think that's the take. He kind of looks like him. He set up his own PC system. I'm sure he's, like, more layered than just Bill Gates. And I wonder what his name is. Yeah, Bill Gates of Microsoft. I wonder, let's find out. Bill Pokemon. Let's see what his Japanese name is. Maybe that's a reference to something. But, like, even the way he dresses. Masaki. Let's see if there's, like, a trivia section if someone else found this already for us. Oh, here we go. In the guidebook published by Media Factory titled Pokemon Card Strategies for Adults, the author was named Masaki Kido, sharing the same given name with Bill in Japanese and bearing a strong resemblance to each other. Kido's profile described himself as a computer engineer born in Masada Town in 1967 and worked with Dr. Okido in Gurren Island. Okay, so I'm sure, actually, I guess it's... So the English version's clearly a reference, but it sounds like this is just a guy. Masaki Kido. Moby Games. Okay, I don't think this is the same guy. Kingdom Hearts coded. He's a tester. No, yeah, that's not the same guy. All right, well, we got a rabbit hole we got to go down at some point. Because Bill isn't his collections into daily life. So yeah, it sounds like a guy. It sounds like he's based on a real life guy. Taco, I gotta ask, did you pick the Dome or Helix fossil? I picked the Dome fossil. I picked the Helix. There's a Kabuto in the zoo. Oh, I was gonna ask that. Yes, thank you. I don't know why I didn't take a screenshot of it. Yeah. I was gonna ask that. I'm glad you brought that up. So yeah, it gives you the opposite Pokedex entry, which I think is cool. Or at least it shows you what it would look like, right? Fuchsia City Gym is a tricked up place. It's riddled with invisible walls. Kuka might appear close, but he's blocked off. You have to find gaps in the walls. I don't get why there's jugglers. Does anyone get why there's jugglers? What's the connection there? Oh, why did I record this? I don't think I recorded it because he copied my thick fat. Oh, was I excited that I got rid of poison? Yeah, I just discovered for the first time that I got rid of poison by sleeping. I'm like, that makes total sense, and I don't know why I never thought about it. So their whole thing is poison. I was a magician once upon a time, but I tried to becoming a ninja. I don't get the connection. Ninjas have a long history of using animals, more references to animals, right? I just think the world, I mean, like, I don't even think. I know the worldview of, like, Gen 1 / FireRed and LeafGreen is, like, completely different than the way it is now. There's the badge again. I like that little detail. Stop right there. He's like, look very closely for gaps in the visible walls, and you can see them. So these little, there's tiles with white dots instead of, like, the tan dots. Do you see them? Those are the walls. So you can see them. It's just if you're not paying, like, super close attention, especially like a little Game Boy screen, you would have missed him. Could have it with roleplay. I wonder if that's like a kabuki thing. It's weird that the poison gym has psychic types. Yeah, I wonder if it's like this is like a kabuki theater. Like maybe he's like a fake ninja. That's like my best guess. Juggling is kind of trick. Ninjas do tricks. I don't know. I got nothing. They're all ninja students, and none of them pass. Yeah, I don't know. I almost think it's like a theater. Like this is theater, and like that would explain why there's jugglers. Juggling is having dexterity like a ninja. Yeah, maybe. It's the role play. Is the, like to me like, oh, maybe that's like a hint, right? But isn't Koga an actual ninja? Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, actual ninjas I don't think exist, right? So like it's like, oh, it's a theater, but he is also an actual ninja because it's fantasy world, right? Those are near impossible to see on non-backlit screen. Oh yeah, you're right, huh? Ninjas are also spies. They pretend to be other people. Yeah, but why jugglers? And they were jugglers before. Magicians and jugglers before. Granted, I can see magicians being like a, you know, a connection to ninjas. But the jugglers, I don't get those. Master Koga comes from a long line of ninjas. What did you descend from? I don't know. Where there is light, there is shadow. Light and shadow, which do you choose? So it's status effects. That's his thing. I beat him with my Chiding. You have proven your worth. I don't get his thing. Like, it feels very surface level compared to other people. TM Toxic is a secret technique dating back some 400 years. That's like cool Pokemon world building, but again, I don't get the point of him. Is Juggler a translation for Magician in Japanese version? I wonder. I thought that more about the Koga and Sabrina's connections than asking why is everyone a Naruto character in this gym. Kanto has a lot of poison types. I don't see why they felt the need to put psychic types in for the gym trainers. There's gotta be some Japanese thing we don't know. Do you see what I'm saying? I've heard of the carrot and the stick, but the whip and the lollipop is little nuts. Yeah, maybe there's just something we're not getting. It's amazing how a ninja can terrify even now. We got a cool like little area. He has a boulder in his house? Why? Old Pokemon merchandise is on display. What's older than the Pokeball? A Pokeball? So there's like some like previous Pokeball. I think that's kind of cool. Previous model Pokeball. I mean, it's just kind of like a placeholder image, so I don't know if it's supposed to be that, you know, in depth or whatever. He doesn't have his teeth. Koga is said to have a thorough knowledge of medicine. He concocts medicine to nurse his Pokemon to health. Oh, that's why he has poison stuff. I forget what that's called, but it's like poison that heals. Medicine that poisons you. Fishing Guru's older brother. We can be friends. Oh, this is Kirby. Oh, shoot. I like how every stream I get surprised by some game as if it's like I have naked ladies on my screen. I'm like, don't look at that. I don't know. I just don't want to spoil it for you, you know? Tacos' Kirby addiction strikes again. It's like been my coffee, like, you know, I'm drinking coffee or whatever. It's been like my coffee game after school. Safari Zone has a zoo in front of the entrance. Out back is a safari game for catching Pokemon. So I think the zoo is a part of the Safari Zone. And in the real life area, there is a zoo. In Japan, there is a zoo. So I think that's the implication, is that the zoo is a part of the Safari Zone. Curious what's there in Let's Go. What's where? Behold, it's Passion Pink. Turbo Dog mentioned something about the Japanese versions of the badges are just color themed, which, you know, they're kind of color themed in the English version, but like more directly. Go to the zoo and find real life Pokemon. There's cows and really good ice cream. Here's what's in Let's Go. The old Pokemon urges. Oh yeah, that'd be really interesting. Save that though. Save that though. I would love to do that like naturally. Like, you know, when we play Let's Go, because I think we'll play Let's Go at some point. Well, let's put it this way. The last video I'll make, like ever probably, will be, or like one of the last, will be like some insanely big Gen 1 video. So we will cover Let's Go eventually. Like thoroughly. Pokemon Paradise, Safari Zone. Oh, this guy has a storyline. I don't quite get the joke. It seems very surface level. It's still funny. But he's like, where's Sarah? I said a meter here. And he's over in front of the Slowpoke area. Oh, I never got this. Chansey's name is Chansey because catching it's all up to chance. Which I knew it was rare. I knew it was hard to catch. But I never made the connection that's what its name was. The Japanese name is Lucky. Yep. So, but even the Japanese name is about catching it. I never made that connection. Fuchsia as a whole feels kind of underbaked. It doesn't feel underbaked. It just feels like it's not supposed to like move the story forward in a way. It's like, well, I mean, it's kind of like a vacation, right? It's like in RPGs when you get to like the resort town, right? Like this is the resort town, only it's a safari instead. It just feels like the point is not to like, when I arrived, I didn't like learn anything else or new about the world of Pokemon, right? It's more just like, this is, I mean, kind of. I mean, like if you my assumption is the Safari Zone shows Pokemon from like other regions that, you know, other regions as in like France and Africa and Guatemala. You know what I mean? Like that's what the Safari Zone was. Is Chansey an Axolotl? Yes. So this pink blob is literally the rare monster. Yeah, yeah. Oh, this is where they basically clarify that yes, Voltorb is a mimic. So like I've come to the conclusion that Voltorb is a mimic just because like that's what video games are, and I know that, right? But this is them basically telling you that Voltorb was a mimic. They're like, Voltorb, the very image of a Pokeball. That guy's like, there's an item ball in there. Were you wanting that? So he's like, that item in there, right? Weirdly, I saw a ton of Chansey trying to grab a Scyther. Oh yeah, I didn't catch the Scyther, which is fine because I just played a game with Scyther, so we have the rare spawn and the mimic next to each other. Yeah. So I think this is like, a lot of this is just kind of like filling your Pokedex, right? Letting you know things exist, clarifying things. It's basically like a museum of living Pokemon, right? Me too, huh? That's a Pokemon. So like, yeah, it's telling you it's a mimic, right? I wish I was a Kangaskhan baby. I'd love to be a substitute for that baby. Oh, this is clarifying that the substitute doll in this era is literally like a substitute doll, as in like, you know, you like if you're taking care of a Kangaskhan, you put the substitute doll in its pouch. That's why it looks like a Kangaskhan. I thought that was awesome. I never made that connection. Like a substitute doll used to look like a Kangaskhan. Now it looks like a generic Pokemon, right? Speaking of Chansey eggs, are execute discarded Chansey eggs maybe? No, we learned. Well, actually, I have a screenshot. We know what execute eggs are. Weird to see it called an item ball by its name. Oh yeah, that is kind of weird, huh? So that's a substitute doll originates from like taking care of Kangaskhan. I think that's so fascinating. Mr. Mime would substitute by level up. So does that mean Mr. Mime dreams of being in a Kangaskhan pouch? Maybe. Cause I think it's still a move, right? So like, what is the mime version of substitute? What is he like? So if you took out the image of what the Poké Doll is, what is he actually doing? Like, what is the mime equivalent? I don't know. Weird. Substitute seems so fun. Extremely rare Pokemon. That was yeah. So you got the opposite of this if you got the other Pokemon. And they do clarify that he is regenerated, which makes me think Lapras is not, right? Lapras just is truly rare. Which it makes sense, because, you know, the Loch Ness Monster is real, right? Oh, so this is where I get the idea that, like, the Safari Zone is, like, Pokemon that are not from the Kanto region. It's like, did you try the Safari game? There are some rare Pokemon that can only be caught there. And it's like an artificial area. So if it's literally, like, Charmander, even though you can only get Charmander as a first partner Pokemon, right? Even though you can only get Charmander as a starter Pokemon, it's implied there's other Charmanders, right? Like, the game keeps up that illusion. Like, other trainers have Charmanders. You know, you can see Charmander in the Pokedex, and it's like, oh, it's in the mountains, right? Although I think you can probably see that these Pokemon in the Pokedex areas as well. But it's basically, there are some Pokemon that can only be caught there. As in, like, they can only be caught in an artificial area, so therefore they're not from the Kanto region at all, right? Oh, this guy's looking for, I don't know what a pennant is, but this guy's looking for souvenirs. Just an interesting guy. How much time we got left? We have like an hour left, or 45 minutes left. Oh, Ultra Balls are available now. Lapras, aka the King of the Seas. I always took Lapras as like being girl coded, right? So I thought that was interesting, aka King of the Seas. Hey, you know, progressive. So much of Giovanni's team. Well, hold on. Hold that thought. Pause on that. We're not there. Well, I know what Giovanni is. I can read that. So much of Giovanni's team being found in the Safari Zone was away. I wondered if there was any connection with Team Rocket's trafficking. Maybe it's just that maybe the implication is more that he just has rare Pokemon. Lapras is King Neptune. Yeah, I can see that. We talked about that too. No first partner Pokemon can be found in its region. Yes, but I think the implication of the NPCs having it is that, like, oh, that's also not true. In Let's Go, you can get them in the wild. They like, but I think that's like a retcon because you can also find Scyther in the wild in Let's Go. So I think those are just retcons, right? I think that those are retcons because this game is before they like figured out what the walls of Pokemon are, right? The rules of Pokemon and how it works. So like Let's Go is a chance for them to like incorporate new lore into a previous Pokemon game. So Let's Go is truly like the retcon, like the inline Gen 1 game with the rest of the series. And it's hard to not the manga and other games color my perception of certain things. Yes, I'm yes. Because I think you mentioned something about Sabrina. And Sabrina's not a bad guy in this one. In fact, I think Sabrina is like a sympathetic character, right? You can find Kalos starters in ZA in the wild. Yeah. You can do that in Legends Arceus. You can find the starters in Legends Arceus. I started with Let's Go with my son today just to hear the updated music. Hey, heck yeah. Did you like it so far? Sabrina's just kind of there. No. Sabrina's not kind of there. She is actually one of the storylines that I like, that I found out more about this time, that I actually really like. To me, it seems like she is like pressured to be an overachiever and doesn't like it. And I think that's kind of a neat storyline. Because she was like a psychic from a young age. And then she has like a gym and she's like taking it upon herself to become the gym of the city. And it was like her choice. And then you get to her, she's like, I don't like doing any of this. She's like, I don't like it. She's like, I just do it because, you know, it sounds like everyone's like, oh, so much respect, you know, like, she's like, oh, she's really proven herself ever since she was like a little baby, you know, and all that stuff. And then she get to her, she's like, I don't like this. So it's my interpretation is that she's like, you know, like you see like Japanese movies. I mean, like this exists in other places other than Japan, but I feel like it's a common thing in Japanese movies where it's like someone who's like studying to get into school and is like super depressed and, you know, overwhelmed and stuff like that. I feel like that's the trope Sabrina is, right? And then, you know, later on she goes off to do other things that are not being a gym leader and stuff. It's nice, a breath of fresh air. I didn't like the Pokemon Go mechanics at first, but it's nice for my 3-year-old son. Oh, I love that. I love that it's like, you know, you kind of, it's kind of, you're apprehensive. You're like, that's not a real Pokemon game, right? Because you're playing it like that. But then you're like, oh, it's not a real Pokemon game. Then you can just relax, you know, throw your Pokeballs or whatever with one hand, you know. Use this guy. Do you have this guy? You're like, ha, ha, ha. What's up, Patriot fan? But anyways, I thought the Sabrina storyline was really cool. We got to keep going, though. Safari Zone actually has 4 zones in it. Each zone has different kinds of Pokemon. Oh, I didn't remember that. I kind of assumed that, but if I would have just remembered that they straight up said it, I would have had an easier time. It's telling you how baiting rocks. We're throwing rocks at Pokemon. I don't know how to feel about that. Yeah, we're at Fuchsia. So we haven't even started with the new stuff. And so what's going to end up happening is we're going to, if we don't catch up in time, we're going to have to do more tonight. Mine tonight, not your tonight. What's up, loser? I actually did Sabrina and Koga backwards. So did I. That's why we're still on Koga. I did them backwards as well. Turbo Dog in chat also did them backwards. I love the imagery you see beforehand. Safari Ball's cool. I caught a Venonat. I act as a radar. Rest houses. I love the wood flooring. Oh, this is Sarah. We finally found Sarah. Where did my boyfriend Garrett go? So they're supposed to meet somewhere, and she's not. She's in the Safari Zone. I don't get, like, I get the joke on like a surface level. I don't know if there's like another layer to it I'm not getting. What's the official order for Koga and Sabrina? I think I would usually do Sabrina second. Sabrina second. Safari Zone's good. You can see like the Safari Zone trees, which I think is super cool. And there's like marsh in between them. I thought it's Nidorina is watching carefully and like that sprite. So those are 5 or 6 trips in the Safari Zone. That's so fun. I really like the Safari Zone. Oh, someone also mentioned this in the Lore Library Discord. So for the Patreon only Discord where you can share images. They did share an image of this, but I also took a screenshot of this. It says scatters toxic spores from the mushroom cap. In China, the spores are used as an herbal medicine. In China, chat. In China. So, like, people always bring up, like, the same 3 examples of Pokemon mentioning the real world, but there's so many more. There's so many more than just the 3 everyone throws out. I feel like no one plays these games, right? I mean, granted, I didn't either, but that was on purpose. I don't like replaying games. But, like, you know, people will talk from a place of expertise. And then you kind of get the idea that it's all there is, right? Because it gets repeated so many times. So because no one goes back and plays it, people never realize there's like 17 other examples of it. This Parasect entry is wild. I agree. So many real world references. Yeah. Again, it makes me think. Well, not makes me think. It just makes me know, right? That, like, this has a different worldview. And this is what I always bring up to people. I'm like, you got to play Gen 1. It's, like, completely different. And people are like, blah, 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 it's the same and boring. What an idiot. Arrived at the stream with In China as one of the first things I heard. Heck yeah. Oh, execute. Here's the answer. Even though it appears to be eggs of some sort, which is what someone just mentioned in chat, it was discovered to be a life form more like plant seeds. There you go. There's your answer. So definitely not a Chansey egg. Oh, I was wondering what this was. Oopsies. What am I looking at here? Is it supposed to be like a Pokeball of some sort? I don't think I've seen a grass patch in a pattern before. I don't know what they're going for. I caught a Chansey. It makes it all worthwhile. Um. Oh, the PA, they call me. So it's the PA calling me. Zone exploration campaign. So like this is like we just happen to be here during a campaign, which makes sense because like if someone else would come in at any other time, you wouldn't have the prize there anymore, right? So they have like a special deal going on, a special event going on. I think that's really funny. I just knocked my controller over. My Eevee evolved into a Flareon. But a friend's Eevee turned into a Vaporeon. I wonder why. I mean, like, and that, I thought that was funny because, like, you have to do that on purpose, so you would know why. What an idiot. He's like, I forgot. Oh, this is like, we found lore. Future gym leader Koga patrols the grounds every so often. Thanks, Tim. We can play here knowing that we're safe. So, like, he kind of, like, helps the community in a way. Oh, this is funny. Request notice. Please find the Safari Warden's lost golden teeth. You can see a little Pokeball at the bottom there. And I'm like, I wonder if this is it. They're around here somewhere. And then you find them. They're right there. Chansey inside there eluded me, but I did get Kangaskhan and Dratini. Did just a Dratini in here? Is that where Dratini is? I didn't even think about that. Wow, I didn't catch I didn't even see a Dratini. I saw the other ones. Well, I didn't see a Kangaskhan either. I knew a Kangaskhan was in here just from my memory. I forgot Dratini was in there. Very cool. I mentioned I played Yellow years ago, and I saw things in the game that I never imagined seeing in a Pokemon game. Kind of helped that I went in almost totally blind. So it's a genuine surprise. Yes. I think. I'm just saying Gen 1 as in like this storyline, right? So combining the two. Kanto, right? I genuinely think Kanto is like the most interesting Pokemon game because everything is new lore and then a lot of it didn't carry over. So it's like a completely different. It's very like old school sci-fi, which we'll get to eventually. I got the only Kangaskhan I saw. Awesome. I was fishing. Oh, fishing. Yeah, you can get one from the casino. I saw Dratini while fishing for Slowpoke. Yeah, that's what it is. I need to go catch a Slowpoke. I didn't go catch a Slowpoke. Gold teeth. I just wanted to look at the item before we give it away. A set of false teeth lost by Safari Zone's warden. It makes a smile sparkle. And it's just disgusting looking. This is like clearly like where they're like monitoring the Safari Zone. Ah, finally! You're the first person to reach the secret house. Although I made a campaign for our grand opening, I was getting worried that no one would win our campaign prize. Congratulations, you have won. Oh! Safari Zone just opened. That doesn't make any sense. Why would Koga be... That doesn't line up. Right? Because they just said Koga's been helping him out for a long time. Maybe Koga prepared the land so it could open. Yeah, put a pin in that. I think I still have more Koga lore to learn. And so maybe we'll learn more about the Safari Zone with that, although I doubt it. Not everything has to line up. No, everything genuinely does line up. Everything genuinely so far has lined up. What's the next line of dialogue? Although I made a campaign prize for our grand opening, I was getting worried that no one would win our campaign prize. Obviously, time has passed, right? But, like, enough time for them to, like... The Koga line doesn't make it seem like it's been a little while. It makes it seem like it's been going on for, like, a long time, right? Like, that's his thing. That's what Koga's known to do. Like, oh, our town is at peace because Koga's been doing this, right? It does not come across as like, oh, 3 months. You know what I mean? Maybe them having the zoo area as new before the area was just a Pokemon in natural habitat. I don't know. I mean, like, it's fine. It's not like, world breaking. If it's just like oh yeah, he's been doing it for 3 months and we're applauding him for doing it for 3 months. Maybe this isn't the first version of Safari Zone though. That would be reopening. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Like it works. 3 months of the grand opening and no one getting the prize would be kind of crazy. Well, that's what he's worried about, right? And it's not like this place has to be booming, but like it seems like this place is like central to the town. See if there's any more information with. We're not gonna finish this in time, chat. There's just so much to talk about. We're not even to like this week's content yet. But I am on break now, so we can definitely like, when I come back or tomorrow, one of the two. When I come back or tomorrow, we can definitely like really dive into this. Is there a reason no one has seen the campaign? I just joined. I feel like I remember a dialogue that made me think it wasn't well announced. Oh, maybe. Oh, Kirby. Funny. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of weird. Maybe the secret house is new. Yeah, maybe the secret house is new. Time always flies so fast when we're doing these. I thought I had been like 20 minutes. Yeah, no, it's been like forever. It's been an hour. Yeah, it's been an hour and 16 seconds. And it's funny because like I'm okay with not finishing because I fell a bit behind last week due to travel. I feel like everyone's fallen behind at some point, or like has mentioned like, oh, I barely made it in time, right? Like they said that comment, right? I was thinking about this, and like, I think I would like to do Gen 2 like a gym a week, but like, is that too much time? I want to do Gen 2 next. I want to do Gen 2 next. I think it's finally time for me to do a playthrough of Gen 2. I'll give it some time. It's not going to be immediate. But, like, that game wants you to live in its world, right? But it also wants you to, like, play in multiple days. So, yeah, never mind. It has to be 2 gyms. It has to be 2 gyms. Oh, yeah. Also, we got... Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it has to be 2 gyms a week. So yeah, there's no scenario where it won't be 2 gyms. I can't think of any, like, it would be, I think the book club as a concept would fall apart if we did less than 2 gyms or just as 1 gym, right? Because Gen 2 like needs you to play multiple days, right? Because it like has like a week system, so it would be best for me to like try different days. And if I only did 1 badge, it's like that's barely, like I'd be playing like 10 minutes one day, 10 minutes another day, right? And then I hate to say it, but I think it's true. I don't think there's as much mystique in any other Pokemon game aside from maybe Gen 3. Like there's no mystery to be solved in like Sun and Moon. There's lore. There's really cool lore. But there's not like interesting world building under the surface. It is just exactly what they say it is. Do you see what I mean? Like, you're just getting from point A to point B in Sun and Moon. In Black and White, I think it's very similar to that as well. Like, maybe there's a little bit of room for, like, something people didn't understand. Like, some philosophical question that, like, you know, people didn't put the pieces together on. But it's not like there's deep world building. Like, who cares about the dragons or whatever, like, aren't, like, integral to, like, the world of Pokemon. They're just kind of there for their specific thing. You know what I mean? Oh, screenshots. How am I going to do that? Oh no, maybe we have to wait for Gen 2 to come out on this. Screenshots are so integral to how this works. Uh-oh. I'm so glad you said that, because maybe we're just at the whims of whenever they put it on NSO, which might not be till next year. What games can't we screenshot? All the DS games we can't screenshot. What else? There's a way to screenshot games on 3DS if you mess around with a little. I must have taken screenshots. I have screenshots for my 3DS. I don't have a way to... I'd have to be a little bit... Chat, you're going to have to tell more people about the book club. Because I'm too broke to get a modded 3DS. So we're going to need more people in here if we're ever going to do stream 3DS games. I was playing Crystal, my regular Game Boy Color, and enjoyed it. Even had my Pocket Pikachu there to connect to it. Oh, I forgot you could do that. Oh my god. We got to do that. Capture card, maybe? For a 3DS, I can't afford that. Go back to the old school YouTube ways of camera in front of the screen. Okay, all right. I mean, I'm not against that. I've been watching TikTok streams, and that's what they do on TikTok. And I'm not joking. Like, very few people actually, like, record. Truthfully, like, who cares? Like, I wanna play... Chat, I've never beaten Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, ever. The reason I haven't beaten it is because I like it too much. Before I streamed, I didn't finish games that I liked too much. That was like a regular thing in my life. The more I liked a game, the less I wanted it to end, so then I wouldn't beat it. So I've never beaten Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. So that would be a really good stream game. But that's good because I haven't beaten it. It's not good because there's a mystery to it. Yes, there's deep lore in it, but like it's told to you and you just have to be there to like with media literacy to understand it, right? It's not like a thing to solve with context clues and you know, we're not unwinding decades of misinformation, you know what I mean? Like I mean we kind of are cuz I don't think people quite got the lore on that correct or whatever. The only problem is I don't want to delete. Oh, just get the other version. That's what I do. That's actually when people ask like, why do you get both versions? I get both versions for me 10 years in the future, and I'm not even kidding. Like I get one version now, I beat that version, and 10 years later when I want to replay it, I play the other version. You could also emulate it. Yeah, I could emulate it. I don't even need to emulate it. I have a. Hold on. I have this thingy. He connects to my computer. You put a little Game Boy game in there, you can play it on your computer. Why did I talk like that? But like this is so convenient, you know what I mean? This is like so convenient. I like doing this more on my Switch. I do the same thing with both versions. I started doing it with Sword and Shield because I had found myself wanting to go back and replay old games. Yeah, exactly. What is the device that called? I don't remember. I bought it a long time ago. I'm not joking. I use that to make backups of my Game Boy games. I need to do that. Yeah, handhelds are perfect. Just check the Alpha Sapphire is $40 plus. That's not so bad. Honestly, not so bad. Game... It's going to get worse. Epilogue. Yes, Epilogue. Gamebot games on a computer? That's fancy. What? Game Boy games. Game Boy games on the computer. I got there eventually. How much time we got left? We have 20 minutes. Chat, it's not happening. We're not finishing this. This is so fun. This is so fun that we talk about it too much. And I'm like, I remember I was in the shower last night. And I'm like, oh man, we're going to speed through this. It's going to work out great. I have like an hour and a half. That's more time than usual. I'm not gonna get stuck talking about stuff because like not a lot interesting happened, and then it's like we start talking about like a bunch of stuff interesting happened, and I can't stop talking about it. Are you gonna make an overall lore video, or do I need to rewatch some of these? So the one of the very last YouTube videos I ever make will be about Gen 1. It'll be like every version of Gen 1, explaining like everything. It'll be like no stone unturned. That is gonna be years from now. Years from now. Because it's like one I want to be like really like I want to be like as prepared as possible for that. So that's like years and years from now. So, but what we're gonna do with this is we're just gonna piece together the book club meetings into one long video, and with like very little editing, right? Then that you don't have to you could rewatch it like separately, or you could wait for like just the smash cut of it all, right? I would recommend just waiting at that point, and you just put it on the background, right? Because it's just packed full of lore. Like every meeting we've had has been like revelatory, right? Looks like I already bookmarked it. Oh, there you go. We were supposed to do 8 gyms, right? Or 6? 8. You mentioned a Pokemon timeline video on point, I believe. Where is that one in the video schedule? Where would that one be? I can't do that one without beating Oras. I know the answer already, but I need to, like, it would be pointless to make if I couldn't undo the Oras part specifically. So whenever I finally am playing Oras, which requires me to I have to be successful enough on YouTube to make enough money to get a capture card for my 3DS, and then I can play Oras, and then I can make that video. I already have the answer because the point of the video is how the lore works, which doesn't require Oras in it. But again, it would be like after I beat Oras, then I would have wished I put that in the timeline video. Make a donation goal for the capture card? I feel weird about that. I don't know. Pokemon Timeline is one of my favorite. Hyperfixation, so I'm especially interested in that one. Oh, it's... Yeah, no, I'm excited about it. I've had it quote-unquote solved for like ever. For years and years and years and years and years. And I've been right like every single time. Because it's actually not that complicated. Perfect. I just want a full set of VODs to watch for the ones I missed. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So I'll make that. I'll put like chapter things in it probably, unless I'm too tired or something. The Pokemon Timeline Multiverse is so interesting. The thing is, it's like it is. I obviously really really like it, but again, it's like actually really simple. Wasn't there a specific modification needed for 3DS for use for capture card? I think maybe. It depends on what 3DS you're using. I think I would prefer to get an old... So if you get a new 3DS, you just can do it over Wi-Fi, which is like has lag to it. So it's not ideal. If you get an old 3DS, it has no lag. And you can play DS games. So I prefer that. If I'm going to do one of the two, I prefer to like mod an old 3DS. That way... I can like play, black and white, right? I can play Heart Gold Soul Silver without issues. But I don't think you can really get a capture card 3DS anymore unless you buy a used one. I think the person's back. I think one of the people's... Yeah. I think one of the people is back, and it seems to be Loopy, according to the person who just typed in chat. Definitely recommend getting a modded 3DS. Yes. I would prefer that. I still have my old DSs, but afraid to crack them open. I think I would buy a new one, too. I think I would buy a new 3DS, like go to a junk shop. Buy a new 3DS. A new old 3DS. Because I'm too nostalgic about the one I own. I don't want to mess it up. I use Loopy for regular DS capture cards. I have 4 for shiny hunting. Oh, cool. Oh, good night, Polywager. Good night. We will do more of this later. There's no way we're finishing in time. So let's just finish up the Safari Zone stuff. Good night, Patreon fan. Good night. Yeah, we'll return to this either tonight, which is your morning. So if you're going to bed now, you might wake up in time for this. Or if I'm too tired, then I'll do it tomorrow when I wake up. then I also have to go to... Man, I love Japan. Like, I genuinely love Japan. I feel so comfortable here. But there's so much, like, paperwork and hoops to jump through on a regular basis. It's crazy. And, like, I hate that kind of stuff. And so, like, I'm just, like, it's like a mental struggle every single week. Oh, sorry, I was saying goodnight to Polywager. Oh, okay, okay. Well, goodnight. Polywager. Still around for a bit. Okay. Again, though, we are not finishing. There's no way. I have to go. Goodnight, loser. The paperwork we have to do for a cozy lifestyle. I wouldn't call it cozy. I have not been not stressed since I've gotten here. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'll be not stressed soon, but I have not been stressed since I've gotten here. All right, let's keep going. So I guess the Safari Zone's relatively new, or at least the secret house is. Okay, we already talked to this person. I taught Charizard fly. Oh, there's a Chansey. Caught the Chansey. Oh, I didn't catch the Chansey. When the headache turns intense, it begins using mysterious power. Oh, I caught a level 40 Psyduck? What is this? Oh, the Execute is a big egg. That hasn't been a thing since Gen 1. I guess it has been a thing since Gen 1. Oh yeah, I learned the whole if you just stand in place, you don't move your time meter thing. Stress like the moldy spaghetti with shoes, yeah. Oh! Okay, look at this, chat. That's a battle intro, right? Right? It like smears across. This is the first time I've noticed this one. Like the white smear, and then it's a rarer Pokemon. Or a stronger Pokemon or something. We couldn't figure out what made the difference between the two. See, like it's a white smear instead of, right? You can also use Sweet Scent. Oh, interesting. You fly to the Safari Zone, which is interesting to me. Oh, can you? I guess that makes sense. There's a lot of like... Oh, I found a Tauros. Oh, I think here it is again. Oh, maybe not. Oh, it's that I found a Tauros. Maybe the size of the Pokemon? I don't know. Oh, when you complete a fame checker, you get a message from the person. It says, from Brock to Taco, in this big world of ours, there must be many tough trainers. Let's both keep training and making ourselves stronger. That's it. Oh, the sprite from Mr. Fuji? He has the Cubone. So I thought that was kind of cute. White smears appear when the wild Pokemon is the same level or is stronger than your lead. Oh, interesting. That's not true, though. Not across the board. Because I found a lot of Pokemon more stronger than me with white smears. Or without white smears, I should say. I didn't realize Jasmine is in an NPC next to Chansey. What? What? What do you mean? I didn't realize Jasmine in an NPC next to Chansey. What are you talking about? The NPC that talks to Koga is her father. Oh my god. Really? That's not him. Where? What are you talking about? Oh, that she caught a Chansey? Hold on. Outside the entrance to the safari zone. This kid? No. I don't see a person. Above the guy next to Chansey. Okay, well, you know, take a screenshot of that and post it. Can I just go there? Fly. Where am I? Viridian? Okay, I'll come back to Viridian. I'll just go there. Why not? How exciting. Oh, I have to cut things. Making me cut things. Are you sure? I don't see anybody. Go up. More. She's hiding. FireRed only. Yeah, it might be post game. You might be ahead of me. Uh-oh. All right, we'll pretend we didn't hear that. Hold on, it might be later. Probably just a mistake. We'll yeah. I'm on FireRed. I'm on FireRed. So maybe we'll come back later. Okay, something to look forward to. Yeah, there's a few screenshots in here of like things that have changed. That like I didn't encounter, that other people encountered, that like changed as the game went along. Like someone will show up. So maybe it's just like a post-game thing. Alright, we'll save here. How much time we got left? We have 8 minutes left. Okay, I think we are almost done. We'll stop after, like if I stop like 5 minutes before, instead of 8 minutes before, that's fine. It's just whenever we're done with the Koga stuff. Okay, because there's a lot of fame checker stuff we haven't encountered yet either. So I assume that's a lot of post-game stuff as well. I just like the reflection of Lapras. Thanks, son. You're a real lifesaver. Reaching for the reward of strength. Did you find the secret house? So the secret house must be the new thing. I evolved my Nidorino. Very cool. He learned strength. Professor Oak's egg came back here. So like that's hinting that he's upstairs. Oh, okay, that's it. Kind of just a weird implication. I raise Pokemon for protection because I live alone, and then it's a beauty or whatever. It's like I get what they're saying. It's just one of those things. It's like, oh, Pokemon is very like the original Pokemon is very like real world, right? Kind of like some real world implications there. It's very like normal talk if you're not thinking about it, but then like, oh, right, this is real life. Kind of scary. You forgot to check the binoculars at that gate. Yeah, and I assume it's what you posted, Kaze. Did you all wake up both Snorlaxes? Yes. I only did one for now. Did you also look under it with Item Finder? No. Did it have berries under there or something? I bet it did, huh? Maybe the joke was that they had a grand opening for the house. Yes. Leftovers. Oh, so cool. And you know what? I think I've had those before. The reason I was like, oh, it's got to be food related. I think that's how I got leftovers. I think I just found them. Like I must have clicked on it. In my like original kid version playthrough. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I knew there was some sort of something under there. I love leftovers too. We gotta go back and get that. Okay. Alrighty. I think that's it. I mean, I just love talking about this, so I want to keep talking it, you know? I love having my Pokemon greet me when I get home. It's so reassuring. So, like, yeah, very clearly, like, again, it's real life, right? Fork over all your cash when you lose to me, kid. I was just joking about the money. Don't take me all serious. I hate people like that. just a joke. Punches you. Just a joke. Oh, hey kid, come on. I just got these off some loser. And so you're like, I was like, oh, he stole the Pokemon? He's like, life's too short. It's cool to live as an outlaw. It's cool to live as an outlaw. Team Rocket rules. So he was a part of Team Rocket. I thought that was really interesting. You look so gentle. I think I can beat you. No, wrong. I'm afraid of bikers. They look so ugly and mean. What's cool and happening? Trading Pokemon. I said trade, and you beat her. She's like, I said trade. That's like in Portal, the jump joke at the beginning. Quick question before you go. Okay, ask quick. I have 4 minutes. Go, 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 go. My sister gets scary when we lose. Oh, no, no. Sis, I'm sorry. And then I think she beat him up. Oh, blah. I wish I had a nice sister. Okay, we'll turn it up. I'll add to our training menu. I think she's beating him up. Taka's instinct. Beat her in a Pokemon battle? Yeah, clearly I didn't understand the instructions. Oh, here's more. Voltorb is a... Where did I find this? Oh, by the way, this Psyduck I caught when we were in the Safari Zone. I didn't take a screenshot of it, but some of the Psyducks were like level 20, and then some of them were like level 40. I thought that was super interesting. You could find like insanely high level, and like in the same spot too. You could find like insane level differences between Pokemon. And it was like as strong as my strongest Pokemon. I found a Voltorb. I think it's outside the power plant. Yeah. So it's before I got to the power plant. I didn't take like a contextual screenshot. But like you can get a tease of the power plant before the power plant. Pokemon Fan Club. Talked to the guy with the Pikachu. He said, Humph, my Pikachu is twice as cute as that one. And then after that, he only ever says, won't you admire my Pikachu's adorable tail? I talked to him while I had a Pikachu in my party. I can't tell if that's why he said, yes, he did. He did, because it happened to me too. There's some NPCs in the game that have like a little bonus, like almost like side quest. I wouldn't want to call it side quest, but like a little bonus moment if you have like a certain conditions. So the copycat, there's a boy that wants to give the copycat the Pokédoll. He's like, I want to give her a Pokédoll or whatever. And so if you have a Pokédoll, she'll like, you can give it to her. I don't remember what she gives you. Notice when fishing with the good rod ones were lower level than the super rod ones. That makes sense. Awesome. That's a line of Dogalong I mentioned a few streams back. I thought I found. Yeah. It's super cool. She teaches your Pokemon Mimic. That's right. Thank you. So anyways, yeah, you can find it before. So I won't go to the power plant. We'll just talk about right here. Its eyes are transparent as crystals. From them, it shoots mysterious beams of light, which is true. It does do that. I just thought that was interesting. That was like a rather grounded way to explain it, even though it's like obviously magic and stuff. So you can get a tease before you like swim off to the power plant, because you have to no surf to get to the power plant. There's a little tiny grass patch, or like a thin grass patch or something. I don't remember what it looks like. But it's like the top of the ground before you get to the water. You can find some of the power plant Pokemon in it, which I thought was really cool. So I found a Voltorb, and then it once again like sells the idea that it's a mimic, right? A life form whose identity is unknown. It is said to screech or suddenly self-destruct. So this is not what Voltorb looks like. We don't know what Voltorb looks like. I think that's so cool. So that's the explanation of why it looks like a Pokeball, right? Oh, there's my alarm. All right, chat. I have to go. I have to go get a haircut. I clearly need one. The Sanji look is fine, but I'd prefer not a Sanji look. Pinsir is making me angry. I found 3. Oh, do you have LeafGreen? Adios, bye. Yeah, I want Scyther, but I didn't catch it. Okay, so we will continue more either tonight for me, so like, you know, a while from now for me, or tomorrow for me. So this time tomorrow. I mean, not this time, you know, when we started, this time tomorrow, for me. So it's all weird because none of you guys live in Japan, right? Yeah, so the meeting is not over. So it's going to be in parts. So we'll have the rest of the meeting either later or later. Okay. All right, chat. I'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody. Take care. Goodbye. We'll do more of this soon. Bye.